4 to headquarters. We have an audible alarm. Possible 459 at the cannery. We're going in.
Tell him to hurry up, Spence.
Attention all units, 406 at the cannery, Leavenworth Street. Central 4 has been shot.
Respond.
81 to the cannery.
Inspectors 8-1 to headquarters. This is Stone. I'm at the cannery Leavenworth entrance. 408. Got an officer here losing blood fast. Get that wagon in gear. Steve! You all right? Dead?
Yeah. He had a gun, Mike.
Where is it?
I don't know, but I saw he had one.
Okay. They get younger every day, don't they?
This one's not.
Spencer Davies. Come here, stay with him. We're gonna call another ambulance.
Mike, he had a gun.
Never mind, come on. He had a gun, find it. How about a cup of coffee?
I don't think so, Mike.
Come on, now, you got me at a weak moment. My treat.
No, thanks.
You're sure?
Yep.
You want me to do that?
Thanks, Mike. I can finish it up.
That the other kid?
Yeah, we nailed him a couple of blocks away. Said he was taking a shortcut through the cannery. Heard the shooting and ran.
Well, it's the truth. I didn't do anything.
Okay, son. Why don't you just tell us exactly what it is you heard?
I heard shots. Gunshots.
Where were you coming from?
The movies.
Alone?
No, I was with a buddy.
Well, where's this buddy now?
We heard the shots and we broke up.
What does this friend of yours look like?
I don't have to tell you. I don't have to tell anybody anything. You're not going to pin it on him either.
We're not trying to pin anything on anybody, son. We just want to know what happened. Now, a couple of police officers have been hurt. Now, nobody's trying to blame your friend for anything. We just have to know his name.
Spence. Spence Davies.
I said, listen, if I'm out, then the umpire
Excuse me.
is too, because I just stepped
I'm
away
looking for
from-
LD.
Yes, he's behind the bar.
Hey, wait
Thank
a
you.
minute. You said you played pro. Yeah, I played pro. Well, let's put it like this. I had a cup of coffee in the pros. 22 games in the bullpen for the Brownies.
The who?
The St. Louis Browns, 1949. Forget it, it's before your time. And don't ask me about any earned run averages, because when you hear the way I lie about it, you wonder why I wasn't playing for the Yankees. Yes, sir.
You're Al Davies?
That's right. What can I do for you?
My name is Stone.
What, you come to check the wallpaper? It's kosher. Had it renewed last May.
I wish it were just about a license, Mr. Davies, but it's not. Could I have a glass of water, please?
Yeah, sure.
It's about your son, Mr. Davies.
Which one?
Spencer.
Spence? Ah, come on. Don't tell me he's in any kind of trouble. What happened?
There's been a shooting, Mr. Davies.
A what?
There was a shooting, and
Is he hurt?
your son is dead.
homicide. I was one of the guys that rolled on your 406.
You get him?
I thought maybe you could give us a description.
It was dark. I didn't see much.
Yeah.
I did see one of them. He was tall. 6'2", 6'3". Blonde. Thin. Beanpole.
Wait a minute, how many were there?
2. Only saw 2.
Look, we got a couple of guys. One's about 5'9". He's got long hair, sandy blonde. He's about 150 pounds. He's a young kid, he's about 15.
Didn't see him.
Well, the other one is, the other one's a little thinner, and he's shorter. He's got black hair, and he's about 15, too.
No.
You sure?
Couldn't have been.
But they were running. We were pulling up.
Different guys. Not the way these two handle themselves. The gun. Taking on Anders. Couldn't have been 15. More like 20. And tough.
Inspector, please. I think you'd better let Mr. Berger rest now.
Okay, hang in.
The body is that of a Caucasian male weighing approximately 170 pounds, measuring 70 3/4 inches. The head is bald, sides are shaved, eyes are brown. There's a small scar on the right ear. The nose and the mouth are essentially unremarkable, with the exception of cavities in the upper right incisor and the lower right molar.
We can go now.
Pop, let's go.
Mr. Davies?
Who did it? Who killed my son?
I told you, an officer. Your son had a gun.
My son had a gun? This boy? Mister, you don't know my son. Your officer had the gun. And I warn him he's gonna pay. Come on.
Send in Steve Keller.
Rudy?
I read your report, Steve. Tell me, what about the gun?
Haven't found it yet.
You're sure there was one?
Yes, Rudy, there was a gun.
You better read this.
Wrongful death.
Civil suit.
$500,000?
And I'm afraid that's just for openers, Steve. I don't have to tell you that this is one of the most sensitive situations that we can get into.
What are you doing, nail me to a desk? I'm not sitting up in the squad room doing paperwork while some guy...
I wish it were just that, Steve. I'm afraid it's going to be more. There'll be an inquest to determine whether or not there's sufficient grounds to try you for manslaughter.
Manslaughter?
Rudy, the kid had a gun. He already shot an officer and he fired at me.
Well, then we'll do our damnedest to prove it, Steve. But until we do, or until we know if the DA's office is going to bring charges, I'm going to have to ask for your gun and your badge.
What are you doing, a little early Christmas shopping?
You know what I'm doing.
Now, wait a minute. I know what you're supposed to be doing. Now, sitting it out means sitting it out.
Michael, it is all hanging out. Little thing called my life. Now, I gotta find that gun.
Oh, no. No, we've got to find that gun, buddy boy, the rest of us, not you. Now, I talked to Olson. The Police Officers Association is trying to get Pete Flint to represent you. Remember him?
Yeah, but that...
He knows the law inside and out.
Wait a minute, what does the association have to do?
I told you, you're not in this alone. We could have all been in the same boat. That's the lousy part of this job. This happened before, and it'll happen again.
It's a great thought to have to live with.
Now, look. Come here. Now, that moment in your life when you first decided, maybe a cop, why not? While you were shaving, some gal at the movies, cutting a class in college, trying to decide what to do with your future. Now, I don't know. But somewhere in that moment, it must have crossed your mind that what happened last night might just happen to you, right?
I guess, yeah.
Don't guess, I know. It's the same with all of us.
But I don't know. Nobody's found that gun. Beginning to have a few doubts myself.
Now, you listen to me. You looked me in the eyes last night and you said there was a gun. Then there was. And we're going to find it.
I'm sorry about Spence.
Yeah.
Where's Al?
He's getting dressed.
Hello, lady.
Al? Are you really going to court with this?
It was murder, Laney. It wasn't any accident.
I don't know about that, Dad.
You don't know about what?
Well, I mean, how are you going to handle it? You got to get a lawyer.
I got a lawyer.
Yeah, but they cost a lot of dough. And the cops, you know how they stick together. I don't think you can really fight them.
What's the matter with you? Is it, if I don't fight him, it's like everything they're saying about your brother is true. Is that what you want? Is that the kind of an epitaph you want for your own brother? The best kid that ever... Jack, I'm going to fight him with everything I got left.
Jack, he didn't know.
I gotta go, Lanny. I'm late for work.
Hello? Yes? Oh, no, just a minute, please. Al?
Yeah.
Funeral home.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. They want to know if a blue tie was all right. How do I know if a blue tie is all right? Blue. Isn't that something? What you remember sometimes. I remember a little blue tricycle. And Spence. Remember how he was a regular southpaw? That kid was a left-hander from the time he was born, practically. Well, once, for his birthday, his third one, I got him this blue trike, see? I mean, all the other kids had a red one. I got him a blue one, bright blue. And he got on it, see, and he started to pedal. Well, stupid thing started to go backwards. And I said to his mother, Marie, I think our son is left-footed, too. And Marie, sick as she was, she knew she was dying even then. But she started to laugh, see? She started to laugh. And then I started laughing. And we laughed. Oh, my God. Oh, stupid blue trike. Junk. It's junk now, probably. Just broken, rusty. It's just gone.
Hey.
Thanks.
Say, you fellas know a Spence Davies?
You Fuzz, man?
Yeah, that's right.
How about the ball?
How about a nice quiet talk?
Just give us the ball, man,
no, I don't
okay?
want to hassle you. Your name's Saunders?
That's right.
I thought so. All City about 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, man, look, you're holding up the game, you know?
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry about that. But you see, there's an officer in the hospital with a bullet in him. There's another one in intensive care just barely holding on, and I'm just trying to find out what happened.
Yeah, well, the way we hear it, there's a kid that's dead who didn't do nothing.
Maybe.
Maybe. Funeral's tomorrow, man. How about that ball, okay?
Look, I want the truth like anybody else. I need a name.
You came to the wrong place, Charlie.
Cool it. Look, we don't know nothing. We don't want no trouble.
You know names. Now, he was about your height, your age. Blonde.
What's he done?
He may be the guy who started the shooting.
Yeah, well, maybes don't cut it here. All we know is one thing for sure, and that's one of your boys ended the shooting.
Some coffee, Mr. Davies?
Oh, no, thank you.
Pete, Mr. Mendoza?
No, thank you.
Steve.
Jerry, sorry I'm late.
Oh, no problem, Steve. Inspector Keller, this is Vincent Mendoza, who
Mr.
represents
Mendoza?
Mr. Davies.
Inspector?
Mr. Davies asked to be here today.
Mr. Davies?
And you know Pete Flynn, of course?
Yeah.
Sit down, Steve. I think you understand what a deposition is, just the taking of a statement by both sides prior to the hearing. All right, I think we can begin. Mr. Mendoza?
Just give us your version, Inspector, using your own words.
I was cruising the North Sector with my partner.
Lieutenant Michael Stone.
That's right. It's about 11:30 in the evening when we picked up a 406 and an alert that an officer had been shot.
406.
That's right. It's a code number. It means an officer needs assistance. And it came from the cannery over on Leavenworth, and we were in the vicinity, so we rolled on it. Anyway, when we approached the area, we saw two males running from the scene of the crime.
Crime? What crime?
Well, it'd been a burglary. That's why Berger and Anders were there, and they got jumped and Berger's got shot.
And you knew all that at the time, just from one code?
No.
All you really knew was that an officer called in asking for assistance.
Yes. And that he'd been shot.
Thank you, Inspector. You may continue.
Jack!
Yeah?
Jack! I've got to talk to you.
Gotta get this done, Laney.
Jack, we've got to talk.
What about?
What happened with Spence?
You know what happened. He got shot.
What was he doing there?
You know that, too? He was coming home from the movies with Billy Garner.
Jack, it's me. You've trusted me before.
He was coming home from the movies, Laney, and that cop saw him running and shot him. That's what happened.
You didn't want your father to press charges before. Now, why not?
You heard?
Yeah, I heard. I heard excuses. Now I want to hear the truth.
Leave it alone, will you, Laney? Spence is dead, and that cop shot him, and that's the truth.
You saw a gun,
Yes.
but not a face.
No, not clearly. Look, Mr. Mendoza, I know what you're trying to do.
Steve, just answer the questions. Mr. Mendoza? All right, go ahead, Steve.
When I told him to halt, he moved again, turned around. Like I said, he fired at me before. So I figured that when...
Fired at you before. My son never held a gun in his life. You're the one with the gun. Here, while you were winning all your medals for marksmanship, my son was winning these for sportsmanship, for something clean and good. Here, you take them.
Mr. Davies, please.
No, I want him to have them. I want him to always remember the kind of a kid he killed with that gun that he lives with. A boy that was good enough to win all of these. Here, take them.
Mr. Davies, any more outbursts out of you and you leave.
I think I know how he feels, Jerry.
Oh, that's the biggest lie of all. Nobody can know how I feel, but least of all the man that murdered my son.
The only thing I think now, Lieutenant, is I better let you take a look at a couple of yearbooks that go back quite a way. Well, he must have played ball here. If he didn't, the coaches missed a good bet. The way he could move, the way he took those walls. Well, he's hitting the grounds pretty well, too. I'm sure he went through that gym before. Sports are in the back. Anything? Nope. How about him? Jimmy Quayle. Real good ball player, but a real pack of trouble, too. No. This guy was taller. Blonde, had almost white hair. Wait a minute. Maybe we're not going back far enough. We had a kid here who only played for us a year. One of the finest-looking sophomores we had in a long time. Here you go. Lonnie Carter. That's him, Lonnie Carter. Got a file on him? I'll give you what we had. Played ball only 1 year, huh? That's right. How come? Dropped out. Anybody know why? Number one crippler today, Lieutenant. Drugs.
You're police.
Mrs. Carter?
Lonnie's not home.
Where can I find him?
What's he done now?
I'd like to ask him a couple of questions.
Look, I tried with that boy. My husband and me, we tried, and he's clean. He promised us. He's got a job, and he's clean.
A job? Where's the job, Mrs. Carter?
He works in the afternoon. He starts at 4 o'clock. He'll be there. And if he's not, I want to know, because I told him, you lose a job, you lose a home.
Where, Mrs. Carter?
He works at the museum near the wharf, Ripley's.
Get these people out of here. Say, has that got a back door? Come on, stop this car. Get out of here. Now you freeze.
That's him.
Carter, I read you the rights, you know the rules. Now, you don't have to say anything, but if you want to, let's start with names.
Okay, sure. But you gotta know, I didn't shoot nobody. I didn't have no gun.
Somebody did.
Yeah?
Who?
Jack.
Jack who?
Jack Davies.
Hey, how do I get to Parkhurst and Clay from here?
Well, go down 3 blocks. So I got 30 bucks.
You got more than that, man. All those cameras.
All right, 50. But that's it, because we had to stash the rest of the stuff.
Sorry about your brother. Hey, did you hear about Lonnie?
What about him?
He just got busted. Sweet dreams.
Sorry you had to wait.
Not at all, thank you.
I hope that's not too strong.
Mr. Davies, we've got to talk.
I got nothing to talk about with you. Any more talk comes from my lawyer.
Then I'll talk and you listen. We picked up one of the kids. Name is Lonnie Carter. Do you know him?
No.
He knows your son, Jack.
Listen, Stone, get out of here. Oh, so help me, cop or no cop, I'm gonna hand you your head.
I've got a statement.
You got a statement? How you got it is something else again, isn't it?
Would you, Miss Russo? I lost my glasses chasing the kid who gave us that.
Elaine?
We have to hear it sometime, Al. There was me and Jack Davies. We always worked together.
His words, not mine.
Jack always brought a gun. The first time I saw it, I said, "Hey, man, we don't want any blood. Just bread for stuff." But Jack, he's more hooked than me. He shoots the hard stuff. And those cats don't listen. No way I could make him listen.
What are you trying to do to me? I mean, you're trying to tell me both of my sons are rotten? You expect me to believe that?
Not both your sons, Mr. Davies.
Well, what?
I didn't know Spence and the other kids were even going to be there that night. We always worked alone. Before. But this was a bigger job. Chancier. And Jack had them stay outside as lookouts. I don't know why they came, really. They weren't users.
We picked up the Garner boy again. He confirmed this. Then I spoke to Jack's boss at the pier. He said Jack left early last night. Complained of a sore throat. Didn't want to stay out in that late night breeze coming off the water. If I remember correctly, he told you that he had worked late. That's why he didn't know where Spencer was. Don't you remember that, Mr. Davies? Do you know where Jack is now? Well, if you happen to hear from him, I'd appreciate hearing from you. You could still have that gun. A lot of people have been hurt already. I'll be downtown.
My sons. Thieves, that's what I had.
Oh, don't. Spence was a good kid. You know that. Don't do this to yourself. Well, couldn't you see what was happening with Jack? Couldn't you see that he was sick?
Did you know?
Yes.
And you didn't tell me?
Well, I wanted to. I must have tried 100 times, but you wouldn't let me. I wanted to take your hand and push you to him and say, look at him. I wanted you to see. How could I? I'm not his mother. I'm not even your wife.
I'm sorry, Ellie. I'm sorry. Should have never been your problem.
Al? Al?
Steve.
Yeah?
Where have you been?
Been walking.
We tried to find you. Mike nailed your blonde phantom.
When?
About an hour ago.
Do you have the gun?
Not yet, but the guy says there was one.
Where's Mike now?
Over with the kid's old man. He said he'd call in if...
Hello?
Is Lieutenant Stone there, please?
No, he's not. Can I take a message?
Yes. Tell him Elaine Russo is calling. That Jack Davies is at the pier, and his father has gone after him. Please, it's very important.
Jack! Where are you?
Use it on me. That's what you want to do, isn't it?
I don't know what I want to do. What? Why? Why, Spence? Why? Why your own brother? Don't! Why?
Eddie!
It's over! It's not over! It's not over until I know why Spence was there! Why did he have that gun?
He didn't have the gun. I had it. I shot, and I fell. Spence was there. He saw me drop the gun. He knew that they might trace it back to me, so he went back and picked it up. After he got shot, he fell, and I grabbed it.
And you ran! You left your brother there to die!
He was dead already.
Why was he there? Why?
He was trying to help me. He knew I was hooked. He knew I couldn't go to you for help. He saw me when I needed help. He saw what you never saw. When Mom died, you needed somebody to love. It only couldn't be me. I couldn't do what Spence could do. I couldn't make ball clubs. I couldn't do accounting with you. All you could think of was Spence.
Johnny Bench, you'll blast it out of the park. Don't pitch to him.
I'll be right back. Hi, Mr. Davies.
Hello, Steve.
Hi.
Hello, Steve.
Get you something?
No, I just, I came by to see how Jack was.
Thanks. Well, Laney and I went out and saw him for about an hour today. It looks like that methadone thing might do some good.
Good, I'm glad.
Now, I'm not kidding myself, mind you. He's got to put in the time, I know that. I just thank God that guy he hit pulled through. He won't have that on his conscience the rest of his life.
And he's got the right man in his corner, too.
I hope so.
I think that's half the battle, right?
Right.
Take care.
Bye, Steve.
Foul into the stands. Etiquette made a good catch of it there.
How's he doing?
All right. Winds up.
He's all right.
Last ball. And there she goes. That's it.
Hey, we're gonna be doing okay too, buddy boy. McCovey just packed one.
Listen, can you keep the meter running? I'll be about 5 minutes.
Can do.
Here you go.
Hey, thanks, man.
Katie, thanks for pinch hitting today. Must be the flu. The girls are dropping like flies. No kidding, though. You really bailed me out.
If you had any class, you'd take me to lunch.
It's tough to get too classy when you got a wife and 3 kids. How about Dutch at the deli?
You're on.
Are you sure that guy you've been seeing won't get bent out of shape if he finds out?
You better.
Freeze. Turn around. Turn around. Move. You, stay put. Anybody else moves, they're dead. You, fill that up, just the bills. Rest of you tellers, move away from those windows. Come on, lady, move faster. You open the door, duck squat. You heard me, duck squat. That's fine there, lady. Move to the next drawer. Come on, move.
Wow. Hey, man, this stuff is unreal, you know?
Hey, Tonto, you gonna buy something or just stand around with your mouth flapping all day?
Oh, come on, man. Don't pull no numbers on me. I'm just waiting for my gig, you dig?
Well, wait in your hack, all right? This ain't the public library.
Okay, man, okay. Don't get hassled.
Hey, let's go, buddy.
Right away, sir.
And the woman, the one that was hit?
Kate Evans. She was right over here. Over there behind that desk. She started to get up, and she started to move toward him, and...
Who moved towards him?
Miss Evans, Kate Evans. I guess the guy thought she was going to scream or something. He hit her so hard.
So, Davis, let me ask you, is it normal for a branch bank like this to be carrying $100,000 on hand?
No, that's just the point. Never. Except on Thursday. More of a courtesy than anything else, just to cash the payroll checks for our customers.
Who knows about that?
Anybody who banks here, I suppose.
Or works here.
Well, I don't quite understand that kind of a comment, Inspector. Are you suggesting that one of our employees is involved in this?
Mike?
Check it out. Excuse me. Mr. Davis, you said the man had a green top coat and he put the money in a brown leather case. You didn't see his face, you didn't see his hands. Tell me, what did you notice? Did you notice the way he spoke? Did he have an accent?
Accent? No.
Use any funny phrases?
Oh, well, I don't really think it was important.
Go on, it might be.
Well, he said something that I hadn't heard since basic training.
What was that?
Duck squat. There was a customer over here trying to slip out, and he told him to duck squat.
Duck squat, eh? Okay. Now, you say he came in through that side door, and how did he go out?
The same, the side.
All right, Mr. Davis, thank you very much. We'll keep in touch. Climb on the horn to headquarters, have him go through the bank robbery files. And ask him if the phrase duck squat has been used in any job in the last couple of years.
Yes, operator, I understand. Yes, I have some change coming. How much is it? 15 cents? Well, that's not necessary, but it's very sweet of you. Yes, my name is Catherine Evans, and you can mail it to 3217 Union Street. Yes. Thank you very much.
Miss Evans? I'm sorry. My name is Stephen Keller. I'm an inspector with the police department. If you're feeling up to it, I have a couple of questions I'd like to ask you.
I was listening to the radio, and they said that the security guard had been killed. Is that so?
Yes. Do you recognize the gunman?
No.
You're sure?
Yes. Why?
Well, why did you move towards him during the robbery?
Did I?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, I suppose I did. No, no, I don't have any explanation for that, except the doctors say I probably sustained some kind of shock.
But you moved towards him before you were hit, ma'am.
I'm sorry. This really is not my finest hour. Maybe we can continue these questions later.
Just have a couple more questions.
You don't give up easily, do you?
Man's dead. I don't really see how I can.
So you think the market has really bottomed out, eh, Dean?
Daddy.
Oh, I'm sorry, dear. I'm just trying to pump your young man to see if I can get a few tips to pass on to those who seem to be systematically destroying my portfolio. Lindsay tells me you've turned a profit yourself these last few days.
Well... Daddy, you're about as subtle as a sledgehammer. What he's really asking you is if you can support me in the style I'm accustomed to. And the answer is yes. Now that that's finally off your chest, can I get my partner out in the court, please?
Well, I thought we might have one drink together.
Sorry about that. He still needs some work on his backhand before he's perfect.
Hello, Johnny.
Hey, Mike, how you hitting him?
Oh, not bad. Not good, but not bad. You know how it is. Listen, did you see anything out here during that trouble at the bank?
Sorry, Mike. I didn't even know anything was going on till the first black and white blew in.
You didn't see anything at all during that time? A guy with a top coat and a briefcase?
Oh, come on, Mike. Look around. How many top coats and briefcases go by here in a day?
Look, I'm not talking about all day. I'm talking about 10 minutes, 15 minutes the most. Now, he hit that bank at 1 o'clock. He was out in 5 minutes. That put him on the street around 5 minutes before 1 and 5 minutes after. He had on a green coat, and he was carrying a brown leather case. So don't you give me any of that everybody looks alike out here jazz.
You really want him bad, don't you? That mean he cashed somebody?
Security guard.
Old Charlie Bates? Oh, no. Why, I've been selling him for... Oh, why, a nice old guy like that.
Come on, Johnny, think. 1 o'clock.
I don't know, Mike. Yeah, well, wait a minute, maybe.
What?
There was a guy. Came out of the hotel just before the black and white rolled in. And he had a briefcase, but I couldn't swear about Brown.
He came out of the hotel?
Yeah.
Sure, that figures. He could have ducked in the back and come out here. Was he alone or was somebody waiting for him? How did you happen to pick him out?
The cabbie. He kept bugging me. A real weirdo. You know, long hair, a real loose end.
Cabbie, huh?
Yeah.
The cab was waiting for him with the motor running. Pretty smart. Could have pulled right into traffic as though nothing had happened, right?
Right.
Name of the cab company?
Let's see, the Golden Gate, I think.
Golden Gate.
You know, they got a lot of those ding-dongs driving for them.
They have. Anything else?
No, but Mike, that's not to say he was your man.
Maybe not. But it's a start, Johnny. It's a doggone good start.
No, wait,
Come on,
Mike. No,
Thanks
please.
a lot.
Just nail the crumb for old Charlie.
Hi, love. What you doing? Hey, what happened to you?
Didn't you get my message?
What message?
I called your office from the hospital.
Hospital? Darling, what happened?
The bank was robbed.
You're kidding. But wait a minute, you weren't there, were you? You're supposed to be off today.
Well, one of the girls was sick. Tom Davis called me to fill in.
Darling, I can't believe it. Oh, are you all right? I mean, how did you get hurt?
The man hit me.
Oh, no.
I'm all right. He killed a guard, though.
Oh, my God. Oh, you poor darling. You've been through all that? Well, are you sure you're all right? Listen, I'm going to get a hold of Frank Kamer, have him take a look at you and run some tests.
Dean, I just came from the hospital.
Well, who saw you there? Some intern just out of med school? Listen, darling, you deserve the best, and Frank Kamer's the best. You still look a little shaky to me.
I don't need another doctor. I don't need another doctor. I just need you to hold me. Just hold me. Just please hold me.
All right, baby. It's okay. It's okay.
Hold me.
What is this, a power shortage?
No, film festival.
Film festival.
Yeah.
you got that developed pretty fast, buddy boy.
Yeah. Lab needed the overtime. There, right there.
What?
She knew him. I'm sure of it.
Or thought she did. There's a big difference, buddy boy.
Hey, you guys want to give us a little light around here?
Yeah, Bill, sorry. Even when I talked to her, I knew she was holding something back.
Well, run a make on her.
Got R&I on it.
Good. What about the taxi?
No word yet.
Well, jump on him again. Tell him we want it now, not next week.
Mike?
Yeah.
Duck squat, that phrase match you asked for?
Uh-huh.
Turned up a guy with 2 priors, both armed robbery and both branch banks.
He used the same expression?
He did the last time out.
Come on.
Bill, push those guys for that taxi information. Check this number out, will you?
Okay.
Thank you.
Poor pretty boy. Still don't feel well, do you?
Morning.
Morning.
How you feel?
Like a new woman.
Nothing wrong with the old one, if you ask me. Hey, you're up early this morning. Where you off to?
Oh, just thought I'd go out and get a breath of fresh air. Nothing special.
Give me a chance to get dressed. I'll go with you.
You have to play golf with some clients.
So I can cancel.
Don't be silly.
You sure?
Positive. To be continued.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Have a good morning.
You too, hon.
I just scored 100 foul. I don't think I'd return here for anything.
Anybody ever tell you you'd make a lousy crook?
You think being a cop was my first choice?
Check the back.
Yeah?
Taylor? Binks, Taylor?
Who wants to know?
Police.
Okay, man. I know all the stuff. What are you doing? Hey, man, I'm gonna get you dropped. You got no business hassling me like this.
What do you know about the Bay National Bank?
The what?
The bank, man, the bank.
Man, I don't know nothing about no bank.
All right, Taylor, duck squat.
What?
You heard me, man, duck squat. Put your hands behind your neck.
Lose something, Taylor?
Say, you know I gotta fly to Denver tonight to see a client.
You know, sometimes I get the feeling you've got another girl hidden away.
You really should see someone about your fantasies, my dear.
Anybody in particular?
You couldn't afford the price.
We'd work it out.
I'll call you tonight, love.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Kate, please.
Get away from me.
No, listen to me, please.
You hurt
no,
me.
No, darling, I can explain.
Let go of me.
No, please listen to me. Darling, she's a client, nothing more. It's an account I need. I swear to God, nothing more.
What did you need me for? The bank?
Don't do it, Katie. Please, not till we can talk. You don't know what happened or why it happened. Darling, I did it for us. Everything was for us. I love you, Katie. Please, I love you.
Would you turn around, please? Turn around. Now, you mind telling me what that was all about?
It was my fault, officer. He was just trying to keep me from doing something foolish.
I don't deserve you, darling. I really don't. I destroyed everything we had together. How can I expect you to understand why I had to do it?
I understood. You told me and I understood.
You say you do because you're beautiful. Really beautiful. You know, I was scared back there. Terrified. And I can't allow that fear to involve you in what I did. I should have told that cop right then, but I couldn't. I think I can now. I just had to tell you first.
No. You took that money to cover what you stole from the firm. Now that you've put it back, nobody knows. And nobody knows about the bank but me.
I have to do it, darling. I can't live with myself anymore. I have to get it over with.
Dean, listen to me. That security guard died. I know you didn't mean for him to, but he did. That means a life sentence, even with parole. Dean, I'm not young anymore. By the time you're free... I love you. Don't ask me how or why, I just do. I love you and I need you now.
Okay, okay. Well, what about the stash? Well, you bet I saw him throw it, and I saw him belt my partner to get a chance to do it. Well, you just give us the dates and we'll both be there. Scratch Taylor, he's got an alibi. He was in court all day yesterday trying to beat an assault rap.
Well, I guess we knew that when we nailed him.
Listen, you got something smaller for $1?
Did you look in the kitty?
Yeah, but there's not enough.
Put in an IOU.
Oh, come on now, a dime. You gotta have a dime.
Man, how come I always gotta have a dime when you never do?
What do you mean, never do?
If I kept track of how much money I put in for your coffee habit, I'd have a week's pay by now.
Okay, buddy boy. What's chewing on you?
I don't know, I guess it's that bank guard just about to retire. Boom. Also, all these dead ends. I just got this from R&I.
So that's it, huh? Pride.
Now, wait a minute. Wait just 1 minute. Now, before you get the old needle in too far, remember, you're the man that told me to listen to my gut as well as my head, and my gut tells me that woman's covering up.
Well, there's nothing she had to cover on a record like this. Not even a parking ticket. No debt, save one credit. Same address for the past 17 years, same phone number, same job. There's no passport. That means she didn't do any traveling.
Right?
Lifestyle hasn't changed any. There's nothing here that sounds like all of a sudden she'd jump into the middle of a bank.
You're right. I got nothing. All I got is what I feel and what I saw in that film. A picture of a woman walking towards a man with a gun. I know she's as straight as could be, but you want to tell me she's going to talk that dude into backing out the same way he came in or something? I mean, what was she doing?
You tell me.
I don't know, Mike. I don't know, but I want to find out. I want to put a team on her and have her staked out.
Hold it. Hold it right there. Now, wait a minute. Maybe I did tell you sometime or other to play your hunches. But you do know, don't you, that somebody has to pay for them, huh? Now, what do you think we'd look like asking for a stakeout on information like this?
Oh, Mike?
Yeah.
I found your cabbie.
Oh, good.
Here's that number, Steve.
Thanks, Bill.
What number?
Just a hunch. I'm not leaving myself open yet.
Miss Evans, is it?
Yes.
And you're a friend of Dean's?
Yes, quite a good friend.
Sorry, I don't remember his mentioning you.
No, I'm sure he never did.
Is there something I can do for you?
Did he give you that?
What?
The ring.
Yes. I'm sorry, I guess I...
gave him the bracelet?
Yes.
The gold bracelet. He's been wearing it for the last 3 months. Is that when you became engaged?
Yes. Forgive me, Miss Evans, but I don't...
Miss Campbell, you asked me a question that I didn't answer. Yes, there's something you can do for me. And for yourself. You can give him up.
What did you say?
You can give him up. He's not for you, and you're not for him. He's a cripple. He's a strange, confused boy, really, and he's trying so hard to...
Who are you?
Have you ever wondered about the times when he couldn't be with you, when he had to be somewhere else? I'm it. The business meetings, the trips out of town, the late-night work, the golf games with clients.
You and Dean? I'm sorry, I just don't believe it.
I know. I didn't believe it either, Miss Campbell, until I found out that you were all those things. So whether you care to admit it or not, Miss Campbell, we have a great deal in common. The only difference is you can never forgive Dean, and I can. I lost my pride a long time ago. I'll be 41 years old before this year is over. And before my life is over, I won't...
Get out!
Yeah, real smooth dude, yeah. I figured he was doing all right in one of those places, too, you know. He laid a 5 on me when I took him back.
Is it one of those places, meaning where you picked him up and dropped him off?
Yeah, you know, stocks and bonds, stuff like that. You know, a cat could make a real nice little stash if you like that kind of hassle.
Yeah, what's the address?
Oh, no address, just a corner. Same one I picked him up at.
What corner was that?
Montgomery and Bush.
Well, it's terrific, huh? Just great. Right in the middle of money market. You know, it would take, at least 5 years, 10 years to canvass all these offices here.
Give me $1, will you?
What do you want with $1?
Gotta make a phone call. You took my last time.
Okay, what's the deal?
Same prefix. This could be the best time you ever spend your life, Lieutenant.
Well, it's a dime to you, but it's a buck to me, and I still don't have any idea what it's going to buy.
All right, when I went to the hospital to see Kate Evans, she was on a payphone. She must have put a quarter in on a dime call because the operator was going to give her her money back. You know how they do? Anyway, I didn't think much of it then, but later on it hit me.
What hit you?
Who was she called? So I know they keep records of things like that. I had Tanner check it out, and he gave me this. Could you repeat that, please? Thank you very much. Fox, Crane, and Gorman.
The way you describe him, it just has to be Mr. Knox. You know, he's as well known around here for his wardrobe as his knowledge of Wall Street.
Well, we certainly appreciate what you're doing for us.
Not at all. That's his office straight ahead.
I told you that she said.
Do you happen to know who she is?
His fiancée, I think. Or maybe it was.
Stay, you got it.
Well, thank you very much. I'll announce myself.
Yes, Catherine Evans is one of my clients. Small investments, of course. I mean, nothing more than 10 shares at a time. But I don't follow, Lieutenant. Are you trying to tell me you suspect Miss Evans of being involved in this robbery?
Well, you do know she works at that bank.
Yes. I mean, no, I mean, I didn't know that she worked in that bank. I knew she worked at a bank somewhere. But, I mean, like I said, she's not a very large investor.
Well, I just thought being her broker and all, you might know if she had any money troubles.
Well, I wish I could help you, sir, but as far as I'm aware, Miss Evans has no financial problems at all. None.
That's good enough for me. Say, I appreciate your time.
Not at all.
Say, I suppose in your business a lot of clowns come to you and ask you for, but if you did have a few beans laying around and you'd like to see them grow a little.
Right, I'll tell you what, we're getting a lot of action recently from National Wheel and Brake.
National Wheel and Brake?
Right, it's gone up 7 points this week already.
7 points.
And I suspect it's going to hit another 15 to 20 before it starts to peak.
National Wheel and Brake.
Right.
Thank you very much. There it is. Reverse it. Move in on his wrist. Hold it right there. I knew it. I knew I'd seen it before. Turn it off.
Bet Kate Evans recognized it, too?
I'll bet she gave it to him.
I don't know. That looked pretty expensive. That looked more like that Campbell girl style, you know?
Finally found a way to join it.
Yeah. We want to bring him in?
No, not yet. The DA would laugh us right out of the office. You know the mask that he had on there is nothing compared to the one that he put on from me? Mr. Innocence. I'll bet you if they gave him a lie detector test, he wouldn't even wiggle the needle. We gotta find something to lock him up good, something solid. How about your lady, buddy boy? Think we can crack her?
Yeah, I think so, if she knows, yeah.
She knows. The question is, does she know too much for her own good?
Happy?
You know I am.
You didn't tell anybody, did you?
You said not to.
You sure you want to stick with me?
You know that, too.
Your last chance to bail out.
Miss Evans.
She ain't here.
You know where she is?
Vacation.
Well, where?
I don't know.
Ma'am, it's very important.
They wanted to be by themselves.
They?
Her boyfriend. Say, is she in any kind of trouble or anything?
She could be unless we find her, yes.
I promised not to tell anyone. But, well, she left Pretty Boy with me. Oh, the bird. He's been sick with pneumonia. It's a big responsibility. What do I know from birds? Anyway, she told me if anything happened to him, I could reach her at Pinewood Lodge.
It's Marin County.
And plenty private. Thank you. Thank you very much.
What are you smiling about?
Oh, it's going to be a beautiful sunset.
You're an incorrigible romantic, dear.
I know, I am. I had to invent most of my life. I must have been the loneliest person in the world till I met you. Now, how'd I get into that?
Let's go down to the point and watch the sunset. Well, I'm delighted you're so overwhelmed with my suggestion.
It's not that. It's just that I've always had this thing about heights.
Of course, darling. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Why, it's silly, I know. I mean, you'd think after all these years I would have worked it out.
Not to worry, we'll think of something else.
No, if you want to go to the point to watch the sunset, let's go to the point and watch the sunset.
Okay.
You the boys from the city?
Did you find him?
Nobody registered here under the names you radioed in.
But what about the descriptions?
Well, a guy at the desk says a couple checked in a little earlier. He didn't see him. His wife gave him the key while he was having lunch.
Check the unit.
Nobody there. Car's still here, though.
What about the trail?
Thought the best thing I could do till you guys got here was keep my eye on the car.
Stay with it. Come on.
You're right. It's beautiful.
Come here, love.
No, not yet. Dean,
What?
I have a confession to make.
Oh, really?
I talked to Lindsay Campbell.
Yeah, I know. You didn't have to do that, Kate.
You didn't have to lie to me either. I would have understood. I understood the moment I saw her. She's young and wealthy and beautiful and all the things a man like you really wants. All the things I'm not.
How could you understand? I mean, what do you really know about me, Kate?
I know you brought me up here to kill me.
You believe that and you still came?
I had to. Am I wrong?
Hey, you know, Kate, when you first started to work at that bank, I was still in high school fighting for tips at the country club, parking cars, carrying golf bags, cleaning out the locker rooms, watching the beautiful people glide in and out like they own the world. You know what they did? At least the world I wanted to belong to. Do you have any understanding of what I'm trying to say? No. No, none at all. All you ever wanted was a man, right? Just a man, any man.
You used me. You used me to find out when the bank was most vulnerable, and it worked, didn't it? Because you knew I was vulnerable.
I've always been curious, Kate. Did you ever think I could love you? I mean, didn't it ever occur to you that you and I don't even breathe the same air? It doesn't matter. I do want you to know that I didn't plan for any of this to happen. For you to die, I mean. Come on, Kate.
I loved you very much, and you betrayed me. I loved you so much.
Kate.
But you've never suffered. You have never suffered the way you made me suffer. You've never suffered the way you made me suffer, and you're evil, Dean. You're evil.
No, take him.
Help! Dean, please help!
Your choice.
Are you all right?
I don't know. I guess I won't know for a very long time.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Mike, how's it going?
Give me a paper.
Yeah. No game yesterday.
I know that. What do you think? I only read the box scores?
What is this with the financial section?
Here we go, over the counter.
What's over the counter?
National Wheel and Brake.
Now, wait a minute. Is that stock Knox turned you on to?
Uh-huh. Oh, here it is. Now, let's see. Why, that no-good, chiseling, lousy bum.
Did you put your savings into it?
No, I didn't put my savings into it. But for the first time in his life, he was telling the truth. Up 21 points.
Serves you right.
Serves me right. What do you mean, serves me right? Do you know what it means, up 21 points? Do you know what a fella can do with that kind of dough? Up 21 points.
Monsignor?
Yes?
Monsignor McGowan?
Yeah, that's me. What can I do for you?
I'd like you to hear my confession.
Well, the regular times for confession are Saturday afternoons and evenings, or daily before the 6 o'clock Mass.
No, I can't wait. Look, it's something terrible, Father. Something that's eating me alive inside.
All right, son. Take that confessional. I'll be right with you. God have mercy on you in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Bless me, Father, for I've sinned. It's been 2 weeks since my last confession.
Well, go on, son.
I've broken the 5th commandment, Father.
You've killed?
Yes, Father. Twice.
Killed 2 people?
No, not people. Voices of evil. Men who hide behind God's robes while the true man of God lives in disgrace and shame.
What are you talking about?
You. I'm talking about you and all those pretenders like you.
Where's the lieutenant?
He's on his way.
Number 3, huh?
Yeah, number 3. Same way?
Caught both barrels point blank. Body was found by the priest over there, Father Romero.
What was his name?
McGowan, Monsignor McGowan.
Will you give the report by tonight? Yeah, thanks. Father, my name is Inspector Keller.
What is it, Inspector? What's happening? First a priest, then a minister, now another priest. What's happening?
I don't know, Father. I wish I knew. I just wish I knew. Now, maybe you can help us with what you know.
I don't know anything, except 3 members of the clergy have been murdered. Savagely. Brutally.
Where were you when the shooting took place?
In the rectory.
What time was that?
It was approximately 1 o'clock, no more than 10 after.
told me once he kept prayers for other priests short. If you were a good man, you wouldn't need them. And if you weren't, all the prayers in the world wouldn't help.
He was one of the best. I didn't know Mike. I'm very sorry. You knew him well?
We grew up together in the same alley fights, went to the same schools. Until he went to seminary. Where we started, it seemed as though you only had three choices. As you got older, you either became a crook, a cop, or a priest.
They used to say Father Tom ran his parish like a beat. Maybe he had a touch of cop in his blood.
Maybe he did. Maybe. I only know he's got the whole police force looking for the man who killed him. Oh, there's no pattern. There's no pattern at all. How many days have we been on this? Almost a week? And nothing. You. Oh, you're a big help. You call yourself a psychiatrist. Can't you come up with answers on anybody? Anybody who could be sick enough to commit a string of murders like this? What are we paying you for anyway?
Oh, hostile today. I can give you some answers. About how police lieutenants pick on shrinks half their size. If you really want instant satisfaction for all that bread the department lays on me. Okay, Mike, I'm sorry. But aside from the killings being all clergymen, the only pattern I can see is that each killing took place on a Sunday after services. Could be some sort of fanatic. Sits in a pew, works himself into a rage, and then strikes out in some distorted sense of vengeance.
You mean like some kind of grudge?
Maybe.
What was he after, the man or the cloth?
Maybe God.
Lenny, what, he's killing a symbol?
Well, they say each time the Boston Strangler killed, he was killing his mother symbolically.
Don't give me symbols. I want facts.
Okay, fact. There is a pattern behind what a psychotic killer does and how he does it. Fact. Without knowing the man himself, how his mind is bent, well, the only thing I can tell you is he's probably schizoid or paranoid schizoid.
Which tells me nothing.
Mike, you bring me more, I'll tell you more. There's only one thing I can tell you. If you want to nail him, you better do it fast.
That's right, they've been every week so far. You think he'd hit before Sunday?
Maybe. And maybe he won't kill again at all.
Why is that?
Because the unconscious doesn't know anything about numbers. If it is vengeance of some kind, he could suddenly think it's complete at any time.
Oh, great. That's just great. Now, nobody wants him to commit a crime again. But if he doesn't, we'll lose him forever.
You know, Mike, there is one tie. It's just not in this area.
What's that?
Background check I did on Father Stewart, the first priest that was killed. Turns out he went to the same seminary as Tom McGowan. Was even ordained in the same year.
St. Anthony's here in the Bay Area.
Right.
Well, why didn't you say so before?
Well, I didn't see how it tied in with a Methodist minister, Dowd. I don't see how it ties in now, either.
Well, that's just what we're going to find out.
Mike, why don't you grab something to eat, back off it for a little bit, huh?
You gonna bill me for that bit of advice, too?
You're pressing, Mike. You're human, too, subject to stress, tension. We can all take just so much.
He's right, Mike. I can go to the seminary.
You just ride herd on the street. And don't anybody worry about how much I can take.
Priests leaving their vocations every day, practically every day. Seminaries are empty, priests getting married. Strikes, demonstrations. The next thing I expect to hear is that one of our faculty members is writing pornographic paperbacks in his spare time to supplement his income.
Let me see it.
Yes. Ah, yes, this is the group, yes.
Oh, 48 in the class, huh? Oh, there we go now. McGowan, Stewart, John Dowd. Father Petrelli, one of the men killed was a Methodist minister. His name was John Dowd. Could it be the same man?
John Dowd. Yes, he was with us. But sometime later, he left the priesthood for a more liberal Protestant doctrine.
You know what we're going to have to do, Father? We're going to have to look through this whole folder very carefully.
Yes, of course. But don't forget to bring it back now.
Henry Driscoll.
Driscoll, right?
Right. Merrill Mitchell.
Mitchell. Right. Then we got William Moreno, right?
Moreno, that's right. That does it. That's 48. Minus 4 who died of natural causes, 3 who were the victims, leaving 41. And if our figuring is correct, 27 of those are still working in parishes in the western states, 18 in California, and 7 right here in our own vicinity.
Yeah.
Well, now we've got to do some good old-fashioned legwork.
He's writer's cramp, I'll tell you that. You do have the addresses that go along with these names? Well, I gotta make up that list, too.
What, did somebody tell you that a cop's job was all action and glory?
No, I just want to know why I got to write on the board when you got on a list and a piece of paper in front of you.
Because I want it right here, right there. Now, without looking at the board. Don't look at the board. Look at me. Come on. Now, give me the list of 7 guys we've got to see.
Mike, come on.
Without looking at the board. Come on.
All right, we got Moreno, Mitchell, Driscoll, Dillon, Fowler, Reed, and Spencer.
Right. And that's why they still have blackboards in classrooms, buddy boy.
Give me a list of addresses. We like.
No, I talked to Bishop Hallahan. His staff is on it.
41 priests. All of them targets. Think one of them pulled the trigger?
I don't know. Lenny said grudge. It's hard to think that one of them would be packing one. But somebody is.
Got anything?
You?
Yeah. What? Father Dillon over at St. Anne's. What about him? He gave me the name of a guy that wasn't on our list. Joseph Patrick Shank.
Not on the list. How come?
Well, it seems the guy washed out for a couple of years. He never graduated. Reason being he had a nervous breakdown.
Where is he now?
I don't know. I'm working on it. I just want to let you know.
Good. Let's get on with it.
Wait a minute. There's more. Now, Father Dillon said that it was a group of students, a sort of council, that told the faculty advisors of Shay's condition.
You mean he's blaming them for his washout? That's what Lenny said, a grudge.
Looks that way because all 3 of the dead are on that council.
There's Tom.
And Dowd and Stewart.
That's right. Who are the others?
Wait, there's a guy in the L.A. Archdiocese. His name is Gomez. Another one's a missionary in Asia.
Who's that?
William Moreno. And the other one's a guy that you were going to see.
Yeah, the 5th circle on our list, Driscoll.
Henry Driscoll, right.
My guess is that he's on somebody else's list, right on top. What about Shay? You get a trace on him?
Yep.
Good. Get on the teletype to LAPD. Tell him to put some protection around Gomez, and I'll go with his father, Driscoll.
Right.
Chilly day today, Father.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Never seem to get tired, do they?
No, matter of fact, I was just thinking about that myself. They sort of play as if their lives depended on it.
They do. The struggle in youth is what makes strong wings.
Wings?
What's the matter with you, Father? Never watched a butterfly?
I'm sorry, I don't...
When I was a kid, I found a chrysalis. You know what that is? A chrysalis?
Chrysalis? Yes, I believe so. That's the shell that an insect normally...
That's right. It's a shell where it lives, while it's changing from one kind of bug to another kind of bug. Anyway, I dumped it in a jar till this butterfly started to come out, you know? And I saw he was having trouble. So I reached in and I broke the shell open. But when it came out, it kind of flopped around real weak-like. And then it died. I found out later, the struggle in youth is what makes strong wings.
See what you mean?
Do you? It didn't happen. I just thought it sounded good. I read it someplace. I read a lot. Mostly the Bible. But I don't go around throwing it at people, you know? What I feel about God is between him and me. Is there anything wrong with that, Father?
No, I don't believe so. Man's relationship with God is a very personal thing.
That's safe.
I beg your pardon?
I said that's safe. What you thought I wanted to hear, right?
I don't believe I quite...
You must be Father Driscoll. Father Henry Driscoll?
No, I'm Father Carey.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry about what?
I just thought you were Father Driscoll. Where is he?
Well, right now he's in Sacramento at a regional conference. He'll be back sometime tomorrow morning. Is there anything I can do for you?
No, thank you. I just want to see Father Driscoll. Father Henry Driscoll. If he'll be back tomorrow, I'll see him then.
Target for a killer? No, that's
You do remember Joseph Shea?
Oh, yes, I remember poor Joe.
Seminary council?
Yes, I vaguely remember we made some sort of recommendation to the faculty about him, but that was half a lifetime ago. Are you trying to tell me that
I'm only trying to do one thing, Father
Driscoll?
Catch a homicidal maniac before he kills again.
No, not Joe Shea. Joe Shea, I remember, he was ineffectual. He was incapable of lifting a finger against anyone. And there was no maliciousness in the council's intent when they went to talk to the faculty advisors.
But then, Father, why did you go talk to the advisors?
Well, as I recall, Joe Shea just wasn't capable of assuming the pressures of the priesthood. He was headed for a breakdown. He was practically a basket case. But we did what we felt was best for Joe Shea.
And how did he feel about it?
He was upset.
Just upset? Not angry?
Yes, he was angry.
Thanks.
Oh, thank you very much.
You know, I grant you that 30 years is a pretty long time, Father, but as long as I've been behind that desk, and I haven't been there 30 years yet, but as long as I've been behind it, I've seen more than one man explode over something that's been brewing in him for a long, long time.
You really think I'm a target, don't you?
I'd make book on it.
All right. What do you suggest?
Protection.
Now, just a minute. I will not turn this church into an armed fortress.
Well, there's another way, Father.
Oh, how?
You could isolate yourself from the daily routine, do some research for an indefinite period of time.
And let a policeman take my place?
You got it.
Well, that means that you are assuming that the killer doesn't know me on sight.
And Joseph Shea does, I know.
Lieutenant, you can't have it both ways.
Father, you studied with the Jesuits, didn't you?
You got it.
Well, between you and Lenny, we've got enough logic. What I want is to catch a killer, and I want to do it without risking your life.
So you risk yours.
That's the way I earn my pension.
But not your death. Not standing in for me, you don't.
Oh, come on, Father.
Lieutenant, I'm sorry, but it's out. It's finished.
Father, now forgive me. But you're as ornery as the devil.
That's one of my few virtues, I'm sure.
Well, that's not what Bishop Hallahan says. He speaks very highly of you.
You already talked to Bishop Hallahan?
No, I didn't talk to him. Michael E. did.
He just happened to have a perfect fit.
I'm surprised at that. I always understood with that shirt, it's not whether or not the shirt fits the man. It's whether or not the man fits the shirt.
Well, let me tell you. Maybe I didn't make the priesthood, but in my time, I was the best damned altar boy. Well, I was. Don't you look at me like that. I was the best altar boy St. Vincent's ever saw.
I'm gonna level with you, Lieutenant. You sure could have fooled me.
Martin, well, what are you doing here? I didn't think you were due for your regular visit until, when is it? Next week sometime. Next,
Wednesday.
Wednesday, yes. Of course. What a pleasant surprise.
I just thought maybe we could talk for a while, Father.
Talk? On a beautiful day like this, you should be off in the country someplace, taking a hike, maybe going fishing. You know, it's... When I was your age, Martin, when I was your age, there was things we could see, things we could go and do.
You told me about the lakes?
Lakes? Ah, yes, the lakes. Lakes were beautiful.
And pure.
And pure? Pure mountain water, Martin, so clean and clear.
Go on.
What, Martin?
About the mountains, the lakes, the places you used to go.
Ah, yes, the lakes were so beautiful, but that was a long time ago, Martin. When I was your age,
I wish we could go sometime together. Just you and me. We'd find a place like that and we'd just sit around.
Oh, no. No, this group here looks like they're a little under the weather, don't they? Even with all this glorious sunshine.
You'd like it too, wouldn't you? Father Shea?
What's that, Martin?
If we could go someplace like that, together.
I'd love it, Martin. I'd love it more than anything I can think of in the world.
And maybe someday we can. You shouldn't be here. You don't belong here. You should be out there where those others have been all this time.
No. Oh, Martin, it's all right. I'm happy here. What about you, that new job of yours? Where is it? I can never remember the name. It's,
Mount Davidson.
Mount Davidson. Of course, Davidson. I can never even... You taking care of things there, Martin? Everything's going along all right for you, and that's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear that, yes. Huh? When you look over here, what's happened to...
I've been taking care of things for you too, Father. The pretenders are being punished. All the ones who hurt you.
I think these are about ready for a little shower.
All the voices of evil.
Evil? Why do you speak of evil, Martin? There's too much evil among us in this world. You have been going to Mass regularly, haven't you?
Yes, Father.
And confession? What about confession?
Just this past Sunday, confession and Mass.
And this Sunday? Tomorrow?
Yes, sir, I intend to. I fully intend to.
Good. Bless you, my son.
Well, he was a young fellow, 25, 26, certainly no more than that.
And you say he asked for Father Driscoll by name?
That's right. Father Driscoll, Father Henry Driscoll. He repeated it like that. Sort of like a computer, as if more for his benefit than mine.
Were you expecting anybody?
Well, no. No, we don't confine our hours here to hearing confessions and saying Mass. You know, people drop by, they want to talk, they ask for advice. And sometimes just passing the day, it makes them feel a lot better.
But he asked for you by name.
Oh, he could have gotten my name in 100 places. It's a large parish, Lieutenant. Well, if you're going to be suspicious of everybody knocks on our doors here, you've got a big job ahead of you.
I can handle the job, Henry, if you can handle Mike. Instead of Lieutenant.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mike.
Okay, just be careful. Father Carey, I'm going to ask you to give a description of this man to the police artist.
I'll be happy to.
Sorry, I should have knocked.
No, we don't have locked doors here for a very good reason. We shouldn't have the feeling that we're hiding behind them for the same kind of reason.
I hope you're still gonna feel that way, Father. Returns are coming in.
What's that?
Father Gomez was shot to death 2 days ago in the rectory of his parish. Ballistics ammo, all the same as the killings here in San Francisco. Steve, come here. What about Shay?
He had a complete breakdown 19 years ago. He's at the Pacific State Hospital.
Stay with it.
I'm on my way now.
Okay.
Mike.
I know. Driscoll is the only circle left.
And you're in it?
Familiar with this case?
I was staffing admittance the day he first came to us. Too long ago. I've been here so long myself, I'm like an institution within an institution. Oh, here he comes now.
And he's never been out of confinement?
Not for the past 7 years. Well, before that, he was in and out half a dozen times, dating all the way back to his first confinement.
But he's never been out of this hospital in the last 7 years?
No.
Okay. Thank you very much, Doctor.
Are you sure you wouldn't like to speak with him? He's quite harmless.
I don't think so.
Bye-bye, Father. Thank you.
Martin?
Oh, hi, Doc.
I wasn't looking for you until next Wednesday.
I just came to see Father Joe.
Well, take care. Inspector, I'll show you out.
Thank you.
No, that isn't right. The nose is thinner.
Got it? I got zilch. He's been locked up for 7 years.
You positive? Couldn't you
Mike,
pull
I
the
checked it out.
disappearing
I'm
act?
telling you, no.
Right back to zero, huh? Except for that long shot they're pulling over there.
You still gonna play target?
You got something better?
I can see that collar's done nothing for your disposition.
What did you expect? Bing Crosby and going my way?
A reasonable facsimile.
Don't give me that reasonable fact. I'm sorry.
Mike.
I'm sorry, but
You wearing anything besides that collar?
well, I tried my special. It bulged just too much. Besides, I thought it was sacrilegious.
You're crazy. You know that you are. I'm getting your shoulder holster with a 32. At least you got something in short range.
Lieutenant.
Mike.
Sorry, Mike. This is him. I think we got it.
You're sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. That's him.
Have you seen this before?
No, not that I remember.
Get this on the wire. Possible suspect believed to be armed and dangerous.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait just a minute.
What's the matter?
I think I saw this man.
Where?
He was at the hospital with Shay.
Yes, that's him.
Martin Novak.
Yes.
You say he's an outpatient?
Yes, since the latter part of last year. Before that, he'd spent some time with us, but he'd been making such wonderful progress.
Well, you know where we can find him now, Doctor?
Would you bring me a file on Martin Novak, please?
Paranoid schizophrenic?
Yes.
What about religious fanaticism?
Oh, yes.
How about his family? A loner, illegitimate maybe?
Not maybe, in fact.
With a need for a father figure. A desperate need.
Oh, thank you.
Dr. Walden, you know what we're going for. Could Shay have ever talked about not being a real priest to Novak?
Oh, yes, certainly. He has occasional moments of lucidity when he realizes that wearing a collar is just his own personal fantasy. Here's the address.
Thank you. Then if he talked about being a real priest, he could have talked about why.
And he might have mentioned the council that brought his problem to the seminary.
I hate to believe that, but it is quite conceivable.
Doctor, can I use your phone, please?
Yes, certainly. Dial 9 for a direct line now.
That means that even if Shay never said anything about wanting to duel the members of the council, Novak could have taken it upon himself to kill him.
It's this simple, Steve. Shay means everything to this kid. This kid thinks someone ruined Shay's life, and he decides to get the people who hurt Shay.
Homicide, Captain Olson's office, please. Dr. Walden, what do you think?
It's all very possible. Even more so when you add the element of religion. I'd say that in Martin's distorted view, he's killing for the love of man and for the love of God.
Rudy, Steve Keller, we have our man. Martin Novak, 4211 Farrell.
May God forgive him his sins, his evil against a chosen one. God forgive Henry Driscoll, sent this day to his reward.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Deliver us, Lord, from every evil, and grant us peace in our day. In your mercy, keep us free from sin and protect us from all anxiety as we wait in joyful hope for the coming of our Savior, Jesus Christ. For the kingdom, the power, and the glory
Zero.
are yours, now
Gobrovsky and Chin are the only suspicious-looking characters I've seen.
Lord Jesus, you said to your apostles, I leave you peace. My peace I give you. Look not on our sins, but on the faith of your family, and grant us the peace and unity of your kingdom, where you live forever and ever. The Lord be with you. The Almighty God bless us, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Go in peace. The Mass is ended. Thanks be to God.
I don't know whether the gymnasium can be made available, especially on such short notice.
We didn't have any trouble getting the gymnasium last year.
Oh, no, I didn't say there'd be any trouble. I tell you what, why don't you let me look into it, and I'll let you know next Sunday.
But that won't give us much time to get organized.
Well, if anybody can organize it and make it a success, I'm sure you ladies can.
Oh, well.
Bless you.
Thank you, Father.
Father?
For a minute, I thought they were going to ask me for my ID.
Bing Crosby would have known how to handle it.
Oh, sure, but he never could have joined our choir. Well, maybe we guessed wrong, eh?
Tom McGowan was killed after Mass, Mike.
I know. Well, what about the address you got from the hospital?
Moved, no forwarding.
What about Shay? I thought Dr. Walden was going to question him.
He did. All I can remember is Novak had a job as a caretaker. Walden looked into it as a part-time thing arranged by the Department of Human Resources.
Who's on it?
Devitt. It's difficult getting anything from civil services on a Sunday. Also, I got Chen, Grabowski, and Rice covering all entrances to the church and rectory. I don't think I'll take them off till we're sure.
Bless you, my son.
Thank you, Father.
Yes,
Thank you.
Father Driscoll? Did you call me, son?
Yes?
Which one is Father Driscoll?
I am. What is it you want?
Well, why did he answer when I called him?
Well, you see, sometimes it's hard to hear in here, especially when your mind is on prayer. Isn't that right, Father Stone?
Yes, it is.
Go ahead, Father. You go right in, Father, and I'll see what the young man wants. Go ahead.
No way, Father. Not another step.
You got anything from your angle?
There's no sign of him, Steve.
Jim?
Just a whole lot of quiet.
That shotgun isn't necessary.
You know, don't you? You know why I'm here?
She wanted to speak to me.
I came to see Father Henry Driscoll. Which one is it?
I told you
No,
that
Lieutenant. I can't let you go through with this. It's my life he wants.
Leave me alone. Stay here. Stay! He went out the back. He was inside all the time. The confessional.
Jim, Jordan, where? Get him. Where?
Mount Davidson. Dr. Walden, you sure about that?
Yes, I'm sure, Inspector. Father Shea's here with me right now. He remembers Martin saying it, too.
Okay, thank you very much.
Hey, Steve. Rice just went into surgery. How's Mike?
Giving the doctors a hard time.
Don't worry about me. I'll sign your release. They think everything in this hospital is terminal. How's Rice?
He'll make it, Mike.
And what about you, Grabowski? Do you think you'll make it?
Hey, I'm sorry, Mike.
Don't be sorry. Just tell me how you lost him.
It was like a maze, Mike. Novak knew the turns and he didn't.
Where was Chen?
Calling up support.
Oh, you had to grab my arm when I pass out, huh?
Oh, back off, Mike. Will you? Driscoll's alive and we know where the...
Back off? We had him in our hands and now he's gone.
We know where he is. Mount Davidson.
Novak police, open up.
Mike,
Yeah.
the list.
Hey, there he is. It's all right. It's all over now. You can come out. It's all right. You're going to be all right.
Oh, I'm not hurt. But are you all right, Father?
Why, yes, Yes. Yes, sister, I'm fine. When are you ever going to get around to calling me Mike?
Oh, Mike? Well, Mike it is. If you'll keep calling me Father, you know, I never did like the sound of Henry. Only man I know of who carries that off with style is old Henry Aaron.
Are you a Giant fan?
I'll catch every game I can.
Well, we've got to go out the Candlestick on their next homestand.
You're on. You know, I had visions of a career myself once.
What happened?
What happened? I had a weakness for a slow curve over the outside corner, and a sudden decision that wearing this cloth would work better for me than gray flannels. Although, to this day, I still wonder what would have happened if I had choked up on that bat and closed my stance a little.
Now, who's going to say you're not playing in the majors right now?
Oh, you mean hitting a homer for God?
Something like that, yeah.
Well, you boys parked one, that's for sure. And Mike, I know that nothing is going to take away the pain of losing a friend like Tom McGowan. And I think that he's grateful for what you did, too. Tom was fond of an old Irish benediction. May God sleep on your pillow. May he hold you in the hollow of his hand. May the roads rise with you. Fair weather to your heels.
May the wind be ever at your back. And may you be a long time in heaven before the devil knows you're gone. I remember it.
Mike, I wish you that. May the wind be ever at your back.
Thank you, Father.
Steve?
Father, take care. You know, you look pretty good with that collar on.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, thanks. I'm going to have to keep that in mind.
Well, why is that?
Well, you never know when someday you're going to need something to fall back on.